Dog, I meant to tell you, bro. Maybe this is something that I just am the only one that finds humor in this one, bro. But I saw that your boy 45, Donald Trump.
Yeah.
His niece, she came out with the book, right? And in the book, she said that he eats boogers, bro. I said, what the
yeah,
I was
definitely entertained.
I'm talking about, like, bro, like, I was like, maybe I'm just so easily entertained, bro, that when I saw that, man, I was just like, oh my gosh, though, man, of all the things that your president is a booger eater, bro. Like,
yo, man, gotta start this thing right.
Hey, let's get it, man. Let's get that beautiful theme. Okay.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
Yeah.
Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
Yep. Hey.
Sure.
The greatest podcast of all time.
Yeah.
Charlie V.
Ace Kennedy, my brother from another mother. What's good?
Man, I didn't think I was gonna make it.
What's good? What you got going on today, man?
Man, the girl Sarah decided they're going on a girls' trip, so left your boy with all the kiddos. So your boy's
outnumbered, huh? Yeah, outnumbered.
Yeah, because everybody got somewhere to be. The girls trying to go skating tonight. Me and Deuce, I got to play the drums in the morning, so I got rehearse after we get done with this. The girl Charlie, like, ain't nobody playing with me, so it's just like,
can't leave my little mama out over there.
I know it. Samaya had to work, so she at work, and I'm just like, bruh. Yeah, man. What's going on with you?
But I've been good, bro. This been a good week for me, though, man. So I finally put my wheels on the Bel Air, though, bro. I got Billie Jean out here looking good. And I'm mad, though, man, because I was sure enough planning to pull up on everybody, though, bro. But it was pretty dope, though, man, because the other day, when was it? It was yesterday, matter of fact, though, man. So shout out to my boy Damien, always coming through for me on the ride. But I wound up going to the shop. They threw the wheels on. I'm riding off, like, couldn't tell me nothing, though, right? So I told my boy Courtney and Shamia that I'm like, yo, when I get the ride right, I'm pulling up unannounced, pulling on up to the block. And what I was going to do was ring the doorbell and then run back to the car and post up on it just so they'd go ahead and see the boy. But luckily, what was funny is she was already on the porch when I had drove down. So when I saw her, I was leaning out the window a little bit like, and she was like, all right, it was player though, bro. So yeah, man. So I'm out here about to pull up on everybody though, if it don't rain this weekend, bro.
Man, what's the best thing you saw this week though?
Oh man, you know what, man? Listen, you told me about them antics though, bro. So I had to pull out the fur coat though. So so I was gonna say that because I got Billie Jean nice and washed up, but that wasn't it. Probably I had a theme going on, man, for best things that I've seen, bro. So I saw that around Black Lives Matter, Breonna Taylor, I saw that LeBron James was like, man, people keep talking like this Black Lives Matter stuff is just a movement. Like, he was like, nah, man, this is a lifestyle. But more than that, though, bro, I saw that the homeboy Paul George had dedicated his whole entire press conference, basically talked about basketball for just a little bit, and then talked about the whole rest of it, right? Talking about, yeah, we demanding that. Mm-hmm. But what topped that whole thing, though, bro, was the Tampa Bay Rays, though, bro. I was sitting here just casually browsing on Instagram, see ESPN. They basically have these boys pop on up, and it said, "Hey, the Tampa Bay Rays tweeted out, awesome day. It's opening day of baseball. What a great day!" Which means this is a great day to get to your. Let me make sure I got it right. Let me make sure I got it right because I want to make sure I'm saying this right. It said today is opening day, which means it's a great day to arrest the killers of Breonna Taylor. I thought that was cold, and I am officially a Tampa Bay Rays fan because, bro, I think that when people always talk about the NFL and the NFL being like, when it comes to the owners, a good old boy system and everything like that, with baseball especially being even more of an exclusive club. And I think that even with fewer black players than before. I remember like in the 70s, man, like there was something like 40% of the of baseball was black athletes, and now it's somewhere like around 15%. So for it to be, you know, it's not like the NBA where like 95% of the players are black.
Yeah.
But for someone in baseball to not necessarily just take a stance and say, hey, Black Lives Matter, kind of like I appreciate what the Red Sox did, right? But a call to action, hey, I'm a fan. I'm still my Rangers, you know what I'm saying? I'm Texas all day with that. Tampa Bay, hey, you made a new fan with me though, bro.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir. What about you? What you got?
Well, best thing for me, man, is twofold. Number one, my boy Andre Robertson, finally made his triumphant return on the floor with the Oklahoma City Thunder. And all you Thunder fans, hey, I want all you Thunder fans to check in. All you boys that gave up on my boy, I told y'all he was coming back. Y'all check in because he got out there. He busted a 3 out on them boys. He got a standing ovation. I'm happy to see him back on the floor because I know that's what he wanted to do, was make it back after that injury. So
he's been out for a full year, right?
He's been out since 2018.
Wow.
Yeah.
What he had
a knee. He had a knee.
Yeah, basketball. It's like a knee. Yeah.
So I'm just happy to see that man back on the floor doing what he wants to do out there with his brothers, ready to go to war. And so no, that was the thing. But the other thing, my oldest son, Latarius Smith, most of y'all call him Smitty. Y'all know that he was the MVP in the state championship game in 2018. And them boys finally got their state championship rings, and that boy was cheesing from early. I wait to bring it over here to show me. It looked dope. It looked real dope.
I saw him on the gram showing, and this was funny. I didn't even have to see him in the video to know how big he was smiling during the whole time, though, bro.
He could not wait. He called me. He just called me, and I just hear him say, "Ooh!" I said, "What's up?" He said, "Man, I got my ring." He couldn't wait, so I'm gonna bring it over there. So he brought it on by, man. It looked real dope. I'm real happy for him. Them boys so long without their banner and their rings, bro.
Well, let me ask you this though, man. We talk about sports, and I know that we got a couple things we go get into, but since you're talking about some sports here, right?
Yeah.
A couple things have been popping though, man. So the thing that I think that is pretty interesting, right? So I know that you probably aren't as big on baseball. I only really keep up with baseball specifically during the playoffs, right? That's when I typically watch it. But MLB, baseball is back though, bro. So I'm saying we get live sports. I think that it was interesting because I saw that the Dodgers had their game, and they had when the pitcher is pitching, they had the cardboard fans in the background. So it almost like if you wasn't really paying attention, that you could think that it was real fans though, bro. But it didn't seem that weird that, you know, there were no fans in the stadium though, bro. And I'm wondering how the NFL is going to do that though, bro. I think it was pretty dope.
I do. And I heard there was somebody else that was going to do virtual fans. So, you know, listen, man, I'm all for whatever creative way that they're able to do it. But I'm going to be honest, man. Like, I know a lot of people were like really, really concerned about how the NBA was going to look without fans. Now, granted, we've seen, you know, Summer League, and I've been watching TBT. Shout out to the boy Cedric Brooks. been watching them, and they kind of have had that format for a while. So to see that the NBA kind of adopted that format, it wasn't weird to me. I was just so excited to see basketball.
Yeah,
it doesn't even bother me. So I applaud whatever efforts everybody is trying to do to make it, to simulate that there's fans and to try to get them. Because, every performer, regardless of what you do, whatever form of entertainment, you always want to be in front of a crowd. So
right.
I think it's dope.
I think that the one thing that I think that I'm curious to see, especially during the playoffs, is that a lot of times, though, man, when you got basketball, like you can feel the energy right from the crowd. Like it's. I always think about the time we always laugh, man. When I was in my senior year, bro, with in Killeen, man, we went out to Midland High School, and so at the time, dog, we had we were like ranked like number 3 in the state. We was whipping them Eagles like it was just washing them. They was nothing.
Right. Ain't nobody care about them balls.
But listen though, bro. So we go up to this tournament that was out in Midland, and we played against Midland High School, and I think it was Midland Lee High School. Midland Lee was also ranked in the top 10 in the state.
Yeah.
So we wound up going up there. It was Midland Lee that was ranked. We go up there, we whip Midland High School, right? So we play against Midland Lee in the championship game. And what was wild about it though, bro, is that the crowd was so into the game. It felt like playing, like almost like going to a Duke game. And what's wild about it though is that the game was close all the way through. And I think that the crowd kept them into it, like they was giving them this energy where we can never quite get over the hump. But bro, I think that, oh my gosh, that was still like probably the most like epic basketball game I had ever played in, because like I just remember the crowd had like a chant for like everybody. It's like they was prepared, bro. Like they knew all of the players on our team name, and they had a chant for everybody. So like Mike Schwartz, who was like one of our best players, and he played football, right? Played tight end for us. So he would get in the game, and they knew that he was good. So when he gets in the game, they're just like, they were calling him steak and potatoes. So everybody in the crowd yelling steak and potatoes. And then so I laugh because Gary shoots a 3, and he's Korean and black. So one of the people says Tiger Woods for 3. And I was crying, but I just remember the crowd just influencing that. So I just wonder now how much of a difference when you don't have, because role players feed off of the energy, especially. So I'm curious though, man. So it is interesting with basketball. But yo, did you see T.O. still running at 4.40?
And I saw that, and that was also one of my top things of the week, but I had to give it up to Dre. But yo, that boy T.O. beast mode, bro.
Yo, I'm sorry, bro.
Making it look easy too.
I think listen, I think T.O. still can play in the league though, bro.
I do too. I absolutely think he can. I actually think Ocho Cinco could too.
I don't know about Ocho. Maybe. But real quick, shout out to the homie Mark checking in. Shout out to Kim checking in as well. She was booing about them Eagles because we was them. It was different. They had Freddie House on that team. Freddie was my dude back then, though, man.
But listen, I'm just telling you right now. I want y'all to look at me. Hold on. I need y'all to look at me.
Yeah, let me give you that. Give it. Talk your stuff, boy. Talk your stuff.
Let me explain something to y'all. For the 4 years that I went to Killeen High School, there was no person in a green and white uniform that was messing with me on the soccer field.
Talk that.
Every year, they had problems with me. Ask them how many times I scored.
Talk that. Talk.
I don't care who y'all had. Nobody was touching me. I was the coldest, and nobody was touching me.
Talk that. Talk.
Y'all ball birds didn't have nothing for your boy. We whooped y'all every year. Facts.
Talk that. Talk. Talk that. Talk. Hold on, man. All the shots. All the shots. All the shots. All the shots. All them shots though, bro.
Yeah. Every time we had y'all out there, I was
that talk that talk though, boy. Talk it. Listen, bro. I think that when I saw T.O., so this is the thing about it though, bro. This is the thing that put that in perspective though, because T.O. almost looked like he was slow because he was running against Tyreek Hill. And I'm just sitting there thinking like, bro, like how fast this is Tyreek Hill? Because if T.O. ran the 4.4, I think the Tyreek Hill ran it in like maybe a 4.3. But bro, I'm just
like he was giving it all he had too.
Yo, man, I was just like, boy. And check this out though. I saw aside from that today, I saw Jamal Adams from the Jets out there still trying to get out of the Jets. He was talking all of that talk, basically saying, listen, man, I don't think Adam Gase, our coach, is that dude, man. Like we get here, we all frustrated at halftime. He got some other coach giving the pep rally speech out here, giving the Lou Holtz. And I'm thinking like he's really trying to, like when you start talking about the coach like directly, like, yeah, and to be honest, I'd love to see him get out of there. I just don't. I don't want to see him go to Dallas, bro. I really don't want to hear somebody say, "Oh, we going to the Super Bowl now. We got Jamal Adams." Like, stop it, man.
And it's a shame because that's my family, bro. So I just want the best for him. But I don't like the way he's going about it. But at the same token,
gotta do it.
He got to do it, man. Because at the end of the day, man, these owners don't be caring about these players. When they done with you, they done with you.
They can cut him tomorrow, and nobody would even bat an eyelash at it.
Wouldn't even bat an eye. Got somebody ready to fill his spot. So shout out to the family.
Listen, you say your family. You got to tell me. Listen, no. Let me switch it. You got to tell me what your daddy think about the Washington football team. And that name, the Washington football team.
First of all, my dad don't be keeping up with stuff like that. I always have to report it to him. It's one of them things, man. Like the Washington football team is his team. You know what I'm saying? He was born and raised in DC. So, that's his squad. So I'm sure whenever they do decide to land on a true name that he will adopt that and keep it moving. My only thing is I just hope that they keep the same colors. I do like somebody did the Washington Red Tails, and I love the design that they had. And obviously, they're not going to do that. I mean, the whole Washington football program right now is in turmoil. They got lawsuits jumping off. They got owners trying to sell their shares. So it is a bunch. I mean, the shakeup is good, and they actually, with them having Ron Rivera out there, man, he's pushing for that change too. So especially with him being a minority himself, like I like the fact that he's like, yo, we got changes got to happen.
Yeah. I agree though, man. I am curious. I like the Red Tails name, but I think that, it goes back to it where if the NFL has been such a real good old boy, like people always talk about the NFL's like, oh, it's like a slave master plantation style, the foreskin.
I'm not messing with him, bro.
Listen.
I'm not messing with Mark today, man.
Listen, I think that if it's really like, if they say like, oh, a slave master plantation style, I've always heard that tossed around. And then you think about it, if it's truly a good old boy system, I think the Red Tails is too black. One-sided of it. It's going to be something more generic, though.
They're going to stay away from anything that is of representation, because here's the thing.
I agree.
Because even if you said, let's do the Red Tails, right? Black Lives Matter, let's do something positive. Eventually would have the Red Tails become something that people complain about. Like it's a you know what I'm saying?
Well, because they were airmen. So then it's like, all right, well, they were airmen. They were killing somebody or whatever. I would love to see them be called like the Washington Go-Go's, bro. They could go out there and have Doing the Butt as their team song. Doing the butt. Hey, listen, I think that would be the very DC thing to do, is for them to have a theme song that's a go-go band. Somebody out there playing the bongos and go all the way in for it, though, bro.
I wouldn't mind seeing them be something, and not specifically like this, but like the Washington Rockets. The only reason why I say that, something with an R, so they could take that letter and then incorporate it into what they already kind of had.
I think that they could be called like they might say something like they might be the Washington Monuments or something like that. I think that it's gonna, to me, I think that it should be something that is representative of DC. Yeah. And so that's where I think that I don't know, man.
As long as they don't lose the colors, I'm cool.
No, I think they're keeping the colors, and I agree with you though, man. Hey, so listen,
what's up?
We switch the subject on here, man.
Yeah, before you do that though, I just wanted to say, man, look, Damon Benford, we've been having this argument for years, bro. I know y'all looking at me right now and say, because I ain't got no hair on top of my head. But here's the thing. Back in high school, me and Damon Benford, we both had finger waves. And I just want y'all to know that I had them first. That's not why you were here. That's right.
So yeah, they're good hair
out there. Yeah, man, I had to put that out there because he be still telling people that he had them first. Like, nah, bro, I had the finger waves first.
Hey, bro, Damon, I just think that it's funny that y'all had the finger wave. It's not the fact that y'all had them.
Yeah,
it's the fact that y'all had them at the same time.
Right.
That's the thing that got me though, man. I was like, yo.
I'd be out there at soccer practice with my stuff wrapped up, fool.
Listen, bro, let me find out you was out there practicing in a bonnet out here in the streets, bro.
Listen, man, had to keep them finger waves straight, bro.
Keeping them finger waves fresh to be whooping them Eagles, huh?
Shout out to Clifford's mom, man. Gabe's House of Beauty had you boys.
Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Listen, I don't care what nobody say though, bro. Like I know that some people just was like, oh, high school was rough. I love high school, man. I love it though, man.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it, man.
Yeah.
Yo, so listen, Tyson, Roy Jones Jr., like I've been seeing Tyson training, and I'm thinking like, yo, he looks like a monster still. Bro. And I'm seeing him punching the bags. Bro, is Roy Jones gonna survive this though?
No, you gonna hear somebody in the corner talking about something.
Finish him.
This is gonna be over.
Roy Jones still actively fights though. I think he still trains actively though.
Roy Jones has not been the same since he got knocked out. Let's keep it real. Ever since he got knocked out, tell your story, bro. Tell him.
Man, listen. I remember when Roy Jones got knocked out, bro. I thought it felt like I was losing a member of my family, bro. So listen, me and the boy PBR, shout out to my dude Ryan. We was at Hindu Studio. This is Alan Henderson, who played for the Hawks. And so he had a dope studio. They had the fight going on in the big screen and everything like that. And I see Roy. The thing that got me the most for starters was when he said, yeah, Roy, you got any excuses this time? This is at the beginning of the fight. So I was like, Roy's about to put it on him. And then I see Roy gets knocked out. And I'm like, come on, Roy, get up, Roy. Like, fight back, Craig. Like, I was so shocked because I just knew for sure that Roy was gonna do what Mayweather did, except that Roy was taking them fights when, you know, there were some fights that could have happened soon or whatever, but he was taking those fights. And not just that, he wasn't like Mayweather, where Mayweather was counterpunching you, where you could, you know, I'm not that entertained by watching Mayweather's fights. His press conferences, all that other stuff is cool. But Roy was out there to try to put you on your back. And when I saw Roy down, it just felt like I almost had to reevaluate my whole life because I just knew that Roy was going to go down as the greatest. And but you're right. He has not been, he wasn't the same after that. And he's gone on, he won belts and everything like that, but he was invincible up until that happened though, bro.
Yeah.
Get over here.
And oh my God. Listen, the thing is that I actually heard Roy, he was there's this real famous chiropractor, and he was getting work done and he was talking about it. And he asked me, he's like, yo, you've been watching Mike working out? He was like, yeah, man. He said, you know, back in the day, me and him was supposed to fight and, you know, it just never happened. He said, but, you know, at the end of the day, the people want to see it if that's what the people want. Like, you know, if it ever came up, I'd still go with him. And so I'm just like, I understand that Roy's probably going to get a nice check. And you see what the undercard is too, right?
I saw Nate Robinson fighting old dude. I don't listen, bro.
It's gonna be entertaining. I just want to see
Nate Robinson. I listen. Nate Robinson is the ultimate athlete, right? Because Nate Robinson played defensive back when he was in college, and he played. And I think that Nate Robinson probably could have went to the NFL, right? So I'd be curious. But this is a good point, though, man, because Roy Jones, like Doug, I saw Roy Jones getting knocked out at 3:00 in the morning somewhere in Russia. I'm thinking like. This was like 2 years ago, and I'm thinking, like, for starters, I didn't even know that Roy still fights. I thought that he trains, but I'm sitting here seeing Roy Jones get knocked out. It may have been a heavyweight fight, but he is just, I mean, looking like he's about to fall through the ropes in Russia. And so I'm just sitting here thinking, like, I don't know who that guy is. I've never seen him train, but I've seen Tyson's training stuff, and I'm just thinking, like, he looks fast, though, bro.
Man, look, Mike look ready, bro. How many rounds you got it going, bro?
I think it's going to go 5, no more than 5. One of them is going to get tired.
3, bro. It's going 3.
3?
Yeah, it's going 3.
I think that Roy is in enough condition because he's never stopped. So I think that he's going to be in condition to go all 8. I just think that at some point.
Wait. I don't care about his conditioning. He ain't going to make it.
I get what you're saying. He's still a professional, right? So he still knows how to get through a fight. I just think that I think the max it'll go is 5. I can. Oh my gosh, bro! It's cool. Listen. I still like Roy Jones. I'm just hoping that I'm hoping that he stay alive after this. Though. Like, I'm hoping that he still surviving, bro. Like, I'm looking at and listen, though, bro. I don't know. I don't know, but. I'm actually scared for Roy, bro.
I'm scared too, bro. You see how Mike been hitting that bag, bro? And if he go out there with them little short,
bag ain't gonna hit back. You know what I'm saying? The bag don't punch back. But
I'm just saying.
I just don't know if Roy got the kind of power to knock Tyson out. Like, even though it's an exhibition fight, I couldn't imagine Tyson just getting in here just to spar with him. Like, I think that at some point. The first round or two, the reason here's why I think that it's going to go maybe 5, because I think that maybe the first round or two, they're going to play around, they're going to do whatever. And then I think that he's going to, then at some point that competitive is going to kick in. Round 3, I'm saying 4-3 is when I think that it's going to go ahead and turn up. And I think that that's when I'm just like, I just don't know that Roy Jones can withstand. Like, even the body shots, though, man, that's different though, bro. Like, I think I could take a body shot from somebody off the streets, but I
ain't taking a body shot from Mike, bro.
I'm not. I can't, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He got that old man strength too.
He got old man strength. I don't know if he got the old man legs, and I think that Roy can dance around a little bit. And I think that what I see happening. Roy dancing, right, getting his punches in or whatever, getting his opportunities. But at some point, once Tyson started cutting that ring off, right, halving, and then he get Roy pinned, I just don't even know that if Roy can block enough.
Listen, Roy ain't as fast as he used to be, bro.
Apparently not if he's getting knocked out at 3:00 in the morning in Russia by some guy I've never heard of, though, bro.
It ain't gonna be 3 o'clock in the morning. It's gonna be 3 rounds. So.
Oh my gosh, bro. Anyway, man, listen, bro. DMX, Snoop Dogg, EPIC Verzuz battle, though, man.
Well, it was great. It was great.
Did you see the whole thing?
I didn't watch the whole thing. I caught half of it.
Oh my gosh!
But man, I already see the comments finna tear me up. All right, so let me start with the positives. It was great to see DMX, at least looking healthy. When I say healthy, like he didn't look like he was drunk or hungover or nothing. Or he was capable of doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? But DMX looked bad, bro. He looked bad. And I respect the fact that Snoop like kept him energized and was hyping him up. Like, I loved it, but I mean, it was just, he looked like somebody's old uncle performing at a barbecue, bro. I'm just like,
Okay, so let's just put it out there.
Yeah.
Do you think he looked that way because he's fat now? Like I'm not used to seeing a fat X.
I'm not used to seeing it either, but I don't think it. I think the out of shape is not like
he's old though. Man, X is like X got to be like 50.
He is, but what I'm saying is he looks that much older because of the drugs and the alcohol. I don't think it was necessarily just because of his age. Like Busta Rhymes just got fat. You know what I'm saying?
Busta's buff now though, bro. He back buff.
But I'm saying at a time though.
He got real fat though.
Yeah, he was fat. So my thing is that I don't think DMX, like I think that it is, the age and him being a little bit heavier, but I also think too, it had to do with the previous lifestyle. So my thing again, he looked bad, but at the same time, I was happy that he was like functioning. We didn't get it like from where I saw it from, he was just, he was excited, he was doing his thing, but it was just some of them steps he was doing that
listen, shout out to the homeboy Ralph, because he said something that I just died laughing at. When I saw the same thing, he said that DMX looked old from his clothes down, because DMX looked like he had that exact same wardrobe in a Rough Rider video, right? He just went and said, "Oh, now I still got this from the old closet." And the thing that I was dying laughing is that my dude X still does. I've never seen what I loved, right? I've never seen this kind of playful side of X. He's always been very serious when you see him in interviews, right? But when I'm seeing X doing the fat person dance, he was I was dying laughing. I was like, get it, X? Like he seems like while he's not the same, like he's not the old X, but he seems like he was happier. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you've seen him in the past, he's having some kind of episode or whatever, but I like seeing X happy like that though, bro. And it was good to see him playful though, man.
Now, on the flip side, the boy Snoop, bro, it made me like, me, I don't really have the whole, top 10 rappers, but whatever list he's on, bro, for me, the boy Snoop went up there, bro.
Listen, bro, Ace Kennedy, you read my mind, because I am sitting here going back through my old list, right, from the research department. And I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I originally I told you before that I moved Nas out of my top 5, right?
Yeah.
Which, oh my God, which is another story, because I saw my homegirl Kim, who said she don't even got Biggie in her top 5. She was like, she said, let me find out. She said, I'm waiting to hear these bars that got y'all saying Biggie is the GOAT. That's a whole nother conversation, right?
Yeah.
But
she basically writing the podcast for us.
Oh my gosh. But listen though, bro, but the same way where I can understand where she was coming from, it also, when I thought about Nas, it had me revamping my list, because I always had Nas in my top whatever list. But then I had to sit there and think about that, especially after then. Snoop Dogg is better than Nas as well, bro. Like, and it just made it's official, bro. Nas is out of my top 10 list, bro. He was in my top 5 last month. And the more I think about it, Snoop Dogg, I told you before, Snoop Dogg is the most popular rapper of all time. Everybody knows Snoop Dogg face. And even as popular as Drake is, I can bring Drake over to my mama house and she wouldn't even know who Drake is, right? But she would know who Snoop Dogg is. And my grandmama would have known who Snoop Dogg is, right?
Yeah.
But with that said, though, man, I think that Snoop Dogg is better than Nas. And this is where I was going with that. Because people have always said, no, Nas is like this super lyrical pen writer, whatever. And I was just sitting there thinking about that, and I was like, bro, granted that Snoop Dogg has, transitioned and progressed into different. He's reinvented himself several times over. And Nas has never reinvented himself. He's been everybody looks at him as the same Nas. And so I think that Snoop's reinvention has kept him relevant. But then even still, if you're basing that list of where Nas ranked based off of whenever, if you're basing it off of, let's say 1999, hell, I'd still be inclined to say Snoop Dogg's catalog in 99 was better than Nas's in 99. And I've been blinded by that. So I got Snoop Dogg. This is how my list changed. I had Snoop Dogg before as number 19 on my list. No, 20 on my list all time, right? I had Nas as number 9 on my list all time. I had DMX actually at number 7 on my all-time list, right? And when I saw last night and I saw how Snoop Dogg, if you were really counting, washed X, right? I appreciate that we were celebrating their music. That's what you're supposed to give me one more. Give me one more, because I'm on the road here. Follow where I'm going. If Snoop Dogg washed X and I had DMX above Nas, then that means that Snoop Dogg is above both of them. Right? That logic tells me that Snoop Dogg is number 7 all time on my list. And I'm wondering, bro, is Snoop Dogg better than Lil Wayne? In the grand scheme of hip hop, is Snoop Dogg better than Lil Wayne? I got Lil Wayne as number 6 on my list of all time. Is Snoop Dogg better than Lil Wayne? If you went and you said, hey, the same way, because this is why I've been thinking about this a lot, bro. Because I thought about this because I've been seeing a lot of people. The homeboy, you said Cedric Brooks. Cedric Brooks had a post that basically said, "Oh yeah, you know what? Ain't nobody alive that can take Drake in a versus battle." And I was like, well, you know what? That I was thinking about that because I think that Drake has a lot of hit records. Yeah, but do they give you that kind of feel? Like even then, Snoop Dogg, this Lil Wayne songs give you the same kind of feel. Snoop Dogg, like to me, Snoop Dogg records draw an emotion. And I don't know, even though Drake's songs are emotional, yeah, he doesn't draw it from me, right? So when I look at that, he said his dreads are better too. Oh my gosh, man. Get these shots out of here.
Well, here's the thing, right? I think I'm gonna be honest. I think it will be a generational thing. And
Snoop Dogg is number 6. Snoop Dogg has a more impressive catalog than Lil Wayne, bro. Snoop Dogg is, I'm reevaluating my whole life, and Snoop Dogg is better than Lil Wayne. And I'm not saying that because I'm old, and Lil Wayne is old as me, if not older, bro. Yeah. I think that Lil Wayne, if like this, if you pick 20 Snoop Dogg songs, it would have gone the same way that DMX did. I think anyway, and I got to contact the research department for one.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to on that one because I mean, did you have Drop It Like It's Hot as his number 1 song? Because it just hit differently when that thing dropped, bro.
Oh my god,
it just hit different when that thing dropped.
Drop It Like It's Hot. Okay, so if you want to give that into his cat, you mean back that ass up or Drop It Like It's Hot?
No, Snoop's.
Oh, Snoop Dogg. Yeah, Snoop Dogg. You know what's funny? Snoop Dogg, I think, said that Drop It Like It's Hot was his only number 1 song. I don't think that any of the other Snoop Dogg songs have been number 1, and Drop It Like It's Hot was his only one. And that's my point when it comes to the songs. If we were talking about Drake, because what I mean by that is that Drake has a lot of top charting songs, but it doesn't mean that somebody else can't pull out 20 songs that people say, no, you got 20 number 1 Billboard songs. So by statistics, you got the number 1 song. But when I look at that, I think of other people who have songs that you just feel more, right? They draw an emotion to you that I don't think it's a connection. that I don't, and it's not to take away that Drake puts out great music, great songs, and the whole 9 yards. But I think that I gotta look at Wayne.
So name three people that you think that can beat Drake.
Okay.
Do you think
with all things said, it's a short list. It's a short list, right? Right off the cuff, R. Kelly would wash it like Tide detergent, Snuggle, give it bleach, power wash, several cycles. Snoop Dogg. If Snoop played those same 20 songs, he'd beat Drake.
Okay.
Listen, I think Jay-Z would clean the floor with him. Like Fabulosa. Like Pine Sol. Like a Swiffer Jet. Washed. I think, bro, that Missy Elliott would wash him. And when I say wash, let me say it. I'm not going to say wash. I say Missy might. I would say Missy would have 3 songs better. Right? I think I said Snoop Dogg. You know what? I'm going to say Lil Wayne probably would as well.
Finish him.
Yeah, it's only about 5 people that I can think of. But I think that, and I'm not going to even go back to like Teddy Riley, Babyface and everything like that, because R. Kelly is still is a stretch. But T.I. might, Rick Ross might.
Okay.
Listen, here's the thing. It's not it's like this. I just wonder what's gonna happen? What is gonna happen when Drake plays Controller and then T.I. plays Be Easy, right? What's gonna happen when Drake plays Passion Fruit? Right? And then T.I. plays Rubber Band Man. Like T.I., those songs aren't charting higher than any of the Drake songs. They just hit. It's different though, right? So I don't know, bro. I think that it's interesting, man.
Well, so let me ask you this.
Lil Jon?
Yeah, but I don't. So the thing is that right? It's hard to look at artists that have already been in verses to really.
Yeah.
But you mentioned R. Kelly, and I don't know if we've ever talked about this on the pod before. Do you think? Do you have a hard time mentioning his name because of the allegations or whatever you believe? Like, can you separate the artistry? Like, can you separate R. Kelly from Robert Kelly?
I can. Shout out to Andrea checking in real fast. I'll see you on there. Appreciate the love. Yes, I can. Let me tell you. I think we may have gotten into this one a while back, but I think that one of the time when I realized that I could was probably last Thanksgiving when we played Ox God, right? We played Ox God, and they had these categories of songs. And what was crazy about it, it was saying, play this particular song when this happens, right? There's there's like several R. Kelly categories, but there's also songs that they talk about. That's a general. One of the questions was, play this R. Kelly song. No, I'm sorry. What song when you got a booty call from a girl? Play a song that represents, that scenario. Yeah. And so right off the cuff, it was guys against girls, and the girls wound up playing some other song or whatever. And then the guys played an R. Kelly song, Seems Like You're Ready. And I was just like, yo. And then when we going through, and the more we're playing this game, when it came to R&B songs, the R. Kelly songs were almost winners like every time. So I can separate Robert Kelly, the clown that's locked up, from R. Kelly, the musician who put out these classic songs, though.
Last question about R. Kelly's. If you had a song with him or a song written by, well, you're a rapper, so I know you would write your own bars. I get it. But if
Would
you
I get R. Kelly on the hook?
Yeah, you got him on the hook. You performing that anymore?
I don't know if I can even. I got to be honest with you though, bro. My moral compass wouldn't even let me do a song with them.
No, I'm talking about pre. I'm talking about.
It depends on. Okay, it depends on
like Nick Cannon.
No. Because Nick Cannon stuff was after all the allegations. It was after. Now, if we talking about if I had a song before Aaliyah, maybe, right? But the minute that you knew of all of the additional allegations, at that point, to me, do put out the best music that you can. But at that point, when you have done the music, you might as well go ahead and go all in because you knew about it beforehand and you still chose to go ahead and do so.
Even after he wasn't convicted, like when he got off? After the tape?
No, because the thing about it is that he got off on a matter of technicality. Does him getting off on the tape change your thought from thinking that was him?
No. I'm just asking because I'm just going off of, people are proving.
No, I mean, to me, it doesn't matter. To me, like, he did it, right? He did it. Like, that doesn't change the fact, right? And then when you go ahead and watch the Surviving R. Kelly series and everything like that, no, I couldn't imagine today he get out of jail and he's like, yo, Charlie Venus, I know you ain't got no hits yet. That's different. I got this one that'll give you that #1 record. No.
Cancel culture. Yeah, so you ain't doing one with Kells, you ain't doing one with Snitch 9.
No, I'm not doing none with Snitch 9. I'm not doing none with Snitch 9, bro. I can't. And here's the thing, because like I said, this is a segue here, because I still think that Megan Thee Stallion is more gangster than Snitch 9, though, man. So she said, hey, I'm not cooperating with the popos, though, bro. And your boy is a noted, snitch. He's an informant. He is a snitch. And I can't. Like, and it's just, I'm not saying that listen, there's people who have done far more, right? And you just don't know about it. But the minute you know about it, I'm not part of the cancel culture. I'm just saying that for me personally, the way that my head works is that I just would rather not associate. Now, I'm not going to cancel any of R. Kelly's music.
Right.
I'm just saying that for me, I would.
I know you're trying to transition because I heard that smooth transition.
You saw Megan Thee in there?
Yeah, I seen you do it, bro.
Listen, bro.
What about my boy MJ, bro? You still with MJ?
So I still listen to Mike Jack, right? I think that it's interesting to me though, man, because I think that the thing that makes Mike Jack stuff a little different, right, is because there's always been, as much as there's been the allegations that that he's done this, that, and the other with kids, there's also been the people who said, no, that's not true. And I think that because that whole thing was uncertain, I do feel some kind of way about you doing a settlement, you settling with people over something. And maybe for him, he just thought, all right, it's just cheaper to me. Let me just go ahead and get this on out of here and then just get it sealed or whatever. So maybe from his perspective, he's just got enough money to where he wouldn't.
I've heard that from several celebrities that sometimes it's easier and quicker.
It's just easier and quicker. But nothing's been proven, Mike. And but
he's not here to defend himself.
He's not here to prove himself. But I think that nothing's ever been proven. And I think that I don't know, man. I think that, but. It's almost like, well, listen, why would you settle for anything if you didn't do anything, right? But it's almost like when people cop to a plea, right? Because you cop to a plea for a lesser sentencing because who knows whatever. So I mean, I get it, but I think that for Mike, I'm comfortable with not canceling out Mike in any shape or fashion because nothing's been proven with him, and there's just been the allegations. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So back to this segue.
Megan Thee, she is the stallion in my book. And listen, bro, Hamsky, I've been one of the people who have been trying my best to defend as much as possible the homegirl Megan Thee. I'm officially a fan of Megan Thee Stallion because I salute how she's been handling this. I think that it's gangster. But We still don't know a whole lot. And so as much as we don't know a whole lot, slowly more and more things have been coming on out about what actually happened. So it does have me wondering. I got more questions that I need answers to, because I don't want to jump out the window and say, I'm going to pledge my undying support. Now, if this is Beyonce, this would be different, right?
Of course, because we're president of the Beehive.
Yes, I'm with the Beehive though, man. But I got so many questions though, bro. Tell me what you think about what you've heard. Let's get into that. What we've heard so far.
Man, so we've heard that there was some sort of disagreement, and we know that there was a gunshot, and we know that when she was leaving the vehicle, you could see blood as she was stepping. We know that. We know that much. That's all the fact stuff that we know, because I mean, just what we saw in the video. Now, the new stuff that came out is apparently they were at a party. They was at Kylie's joint, and according to, I can't even find the thing. You got it pulled up? No. Here we go.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So it says this is the new information that's being reported. This is not coming from the Slash Brothers.
We ain't got those kind of sources yet.
We don't have these kind of sources, but this is what's being reported. It says Meg Thee Stallion attended a party with her man, Tory Lanez. Meg got drunk and saw Tory flirting with Kylie Jenner and got jealous. Meg is over 6 feet in heels compared to 5'3" Tory Lanez. Both of their friends confirmed that Meg attacked Tory. They said that she was whooping it. Tory pulled out his gun and shot her in the foot. Meg Thee Stallion was on social media claiming she didn't feel protected by black men. You can't go around putting hands on people. She is a violent woman who cannot control her liquor. Instead of fighting Tory, you should have checked Kylie. They were both smiling on live prior to the incident. And if a woman was getting hit repeatedly by a man and she shot him, it would be okay, right? Self-defense. Tory is a victim of domestic violence, and Meg, the drunk, needs to be locked up. But y'all don't want to talk about men being violent, huh? So that's the new stuff that's being reported. My only thing about this is that I have not heard anything from Tory, have not heard anything else from Meg, and I haven't heard anything from Kylie Jenner. And my thing is that you're probably not going to hear anything because this is now a legal matter. So for me, while I get that it's entertainment, yeah, I am on the side of that. I want to wait to see the details, because I do not want to be one of these podcasts out here apologizing to whomever's side, and I don't have the facts. Like I said, it's facts over here.
Listen, we're gonna be apologizing, because I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tell you where I'm going with this. Then,
oh my gosh,
we might be apologizing about this. I got some questions, and seeing that I don't have the answers, I'm gonna go with how my mind works, how my mind sees these things, right? And it may not be the most popular thing. I'm sure that it's not. For starters, Megan Thee Stallion, right? She looked like she about a good 6'1" in heels, probably pushing about 190, right? She looked like she could post him on up, do a baby hook shot on him. She ain't got to hook him. She ain't got to pump fake him. She going straight over the top with the hook shot over. If they was playing volleyball, they out there on the beach at Kylie Jenner house, she's spiking it on him. Right, easy. He can't even get it over the net in most cases because he's 5'3", right? So I know you said that they're the same height, maybe laying down. Physically, they're not. He can't be more than 130 pounds. So she got him by maybe 60 solid pounds, right?
You might have to add a couple of pounds for that forehead of his, bro.
That's right. So my first question, you brought up the forehead, bro. You just had braids. I saw your mugshot, right? Where is the hairline going? Did it only last? You got to go ahead and go
making payments,
to your doctors. You stop making payments or something. I got questions on where his hairline, because I was impressed Then he came back. Now he's going in reverse. He's Benjamin Button this thing, right? Okay, right? It's more than mine, right? But Ace Kennedy, let me tell you this though, bro. This makes me think of a time. This is when we stayed in the headquarters, bro. All right. I stayed in the headquarters. I get a call, me and Mel, we at the headquarters. My homeboy D said, yo, Charlie, I'm about to pull up. This is when I stayed in Willow. He said, I'm about to pull up over there. I'm with some girls, and these girls that I'm with said that they about to pull up over here to Willow Springs Road, and they talking some noise to some girls, and it seemed like it was over a guy. It could have been as simple as a wrong number, right? So they sit here, bro, and he said, they said they about to go ahead. I'm gonna pull up over to y'all crib, grab something to eat, whatever. So we like, cool. 2 seconds later, I get a phone call. It's the homegirl, JJ. Hey, y'all go ahead and pull on up here to the street. Up the street, JJ's male sister, she lived right literally a block up from us. Y'all come on up here. It's some girls that was talking some noise from Lone Branch. And this is no shot to Lone Branch. It's just pure coincidence that they were from Lone Branch. So they says, y'all come on over here because they supposed to have some dudes with them. And you need to go ahead and handle this joint. And now we just sit here like no questions asked. Didn't put the two together until we were on the way over there. So the homeboy D pulls on up. He was like, yo, same girls. And he was just like, dog. Now, mind you, this is Michi, JJ, and Picola, about 5 foot thin, whatever, right? 100 pounds, if that. So we fool around and we get there, and they pull short enough. We posted up. We just there. They wanted to brawl it on now. We there just to make sure that the dudes wouldn't jump in. Well, these was our homies, so it wasn't like that and anything like that, right? So they get to going, and Michi is over here whipping this girl. I mean, she is washing this girl. Now, mind you, it was a 2-on-3 fight. I think that it was another girl, but she never got out of the car. She didn't want none of that smoke. So because it was 2-on-3, Cola is over here free. She walked into the house, gets a whole cooking pan, and just boing this girl in the back of the head while Michi is already whooping her. And she is over here free to do whatever. She get all the free hits in, whatever. Follow where I'm going with this story. JJ, on the other hand, is with this heavier girl. The heavier girl gets out of the car and says, what's up? So JJ stands on up. What's happening, right? This girl walks up, and I see JJ throws a haymaker that comes from way down. She started this haymaker at the exit on Willow Spring Road. Long haymaker. Runs the fade on this girl. This girl stumbles back, and JJ's walking up to her looking like Mike Tyson. She is looking like look just like Mike Tyson in his training video. She's walking this girl down, and JJ's throwing all haymakers. Every single one of these haymakers are landing, bro. There's no windmill to this at all. There is no girl. JJ didn't look like Michi's whipping this girl. Michi looked like a girl fight where one girl is clearly winning and Picola is over here freehanding, getting all these extra hits in. No, JJ throws man punches at this girl, bro. Man, Ace Kennedy. JJ is dog walking this girl who is bigger than her with man punches. Dog, Ace, it was so bad. We couldn't pull JJ off of this girl. We had to wait for her to just get tired, bro. There was no stopping her. We couldn't do nothing. And after this happened, I had to tell JJ, I love you like a sister. But if you ever hit me with one of those punches, you got to get everything I got. Listen, Ace, these is all haymakers. I don't think that JJ missed one single hit. I mean, no punch. I mean, she's landing everything. All right. So back to where this relates to Tory Lanez.
Finish him.
Ace, we couldn't, you don't understand, Ace. We couldn't stop JJ, bro. She had to get tired, bro. She had to get tired, Ace. I couldn't stop her. We couldn't listen, Ace. Jace. Hold on, let me finish. Let me get it out. Let me get it out. Ace. The bad part about this is that while JJ is walking this girl, Bacola gets a skillet and hits the girl in the back. I couldn't do nothing. But I said, JJ, if you hit me like that, I gotta give you what I got. I can't. So when I'm reading this about Tory Lanez and they say she is whipping his tail, I'm picturing JJ throwing these haymakers at Tory Lanez because Megan Thee Stallion is 190 pounds. Tory Lanez about 130. Tory Lanez, 5'3". She got him by a foot. She got a longer reach. I'm just assuming that her punches probably hurt more than his, right? So if they got into a scuffle, yes, Mark, I'm talking about man JJ, bro. That is exactly who I'm talking about. And listen, you can tag her, tell her about this. This is a true story. This is all facts, right? Because we laugh about it still to this day.
Facts, not feelings.
Oh my gosh. Listen. So I'm sitting here thinking that JJ would wash Tory Lanez. I know that he's smaller. He probably got a lot of punches, but I just can't imagine. I don't condone any man putting their hands on any woman.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
By any stretch. But bro, if JJ catch you with one of these haymakers that she caught this girl with, listen, Ace, it had to be, think about this. You think about catching somebody with 25 of your best punches and never missing. She's better than Kobe. She wasn't missing, bro. She was better than Clay. Wasn't missing nothing, bro. Nothing. Like I'm talking about, I literally did not see her miss a single punch. Listen, I know JJ is from mid. I don't know that JJ's ever had a trainer. I don't know that JJ has ever taken MMA. I don't know that JJ is a professional, but I've never seen any single fight where somebody lands every single punch and they're all winding it back. And JJ is dog walking this girl. And all I can picture is Tory Lanez getting walked down by Megan Thee Stallion towering over him, right? And then him just saying, listen, I got to get this big chick off of me. Pow, pow, in your toe, because I can't. Listen, bro, how bad do you have to have been getting whooped to where you can't grab her, shake her real quick or something? Because she's bigger than him, right? So you can't get behind her and cover both of the arms up, right? And keep her so she can't get them things off you. So how bad are you getting whipped where that's your last resort? Right. Well, it's JJ, bro. It's them. I'm 25 punches landing every single one of them, bro.
Now, here's the thing, while as entertaining as that story was, though, the only thing is that the reason why some of these facts is not lining up is because, number one, it looked like it happened in the SUV. Number two, his bodyguard was there. So that's why I'm just like, I have to wait.
Well, if it happened in the SUV, right?
Yeah.
That means that he couldn't retreat. He didn't have anywhere to go. She is walking the dog on him in the car. He can't go nowhere. She got the reach on him.
Yeah, I hear you. So
listen,
you saying that JJ fight was better than the 9th grade hallway fight?
Yes, it was. Listen, bro. I felt bad This is the thing I could say. This girl never backed down. She came there to fight. And not at one point while she was getting every single punch land on her did she ever not, like she thought that she just was seeing an opportunity to make a comeback, and it never happened though, bro. And this is a long, I'm talking about, bro, this fight seemed like it lasted maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15. And mind you, the whole entire time, Cola is sitting here making trips in and out of the house. The homie Randy had to grab her because she came out there with a knife after she was already pinging them with the skillets. She still went back and I'm talking about she done went through and got everything out the kitchen, bro. I when I saw that they said that she was whipping Tory Lanez, and like I said, I'm only going off. You said that we can only go off of the facts, and we don't have a lot of facts. Well, I'm going off of right now what we've known and what we've heard. And if what we've heard is incorrect, I'd be the first to apologize and say we were wrong. But given such what we know, if there's any truth in that,
yeah,
bruh,
Finish him.
Listen, dog, we couldn't get JJ off this girl, bro. Walking him. And Michi is over here. Michi is whipping this other girl, right? And she's whipping them in a girl fight kind of way, right? I mean, it was like, you know, you see girl fights and you try to see they pulling hair and everything like that. No, JJ just hey, bro. They don't do in boxing. They do setup jabs. They 1-2. No, this was all haymakers, bro. And if Tory Lanez was catching all haymakers inside of an SUV where he couldn't escape, I'm thinking that he just said, I got to get this chick off of me, pack, and that's it. And it's not to say that it's right. Yeah. And I get what someone's saying. Like, I like to think, like I said, I tell any of the females that I know that are in my life, like, bro, listen, don't assume that because the men in your life have never put their hands on a woman that another man, that every man will, because some men will. And so I don't by any means condone that happening. But at the same time, though, even if he didn't shoot her in the foot, right? Yeah. I think that you still have the same position that if he had to put his hands on, like if he had to really defend himself, like, I don't know, man, like Tory Lanez seems like he's a bit of a hothead, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to, you know, like he's had some altercations and things like that in the past, bro. And I'm just sitting here thinking like, you know, maybe he didn't want to have to go there, but if she's putting them kind of hands on you, then that's different, bro. I can understand him saying, I gotta get this chick up off me though, bro.
Yeah, but at the same token, though, if it was something to do with alcohol and he just shot her, whatever it is, man, his career is done.
Now, at the same time, though, here's the thing. I think that I don't necessarily think that his career is done. I think that it depends on what facts come out of it, right? Even if it was truly a matter of her saying, no, I did put them paws on him, right? And let's say the gun just went off accidentally. He didn't try to, right? Maybe he knew he had the pistol on him and he was trying to get the gun off of him while he was catching them hands, and it went off, right? I can see something like that happening, but I don't think that he's done. But even then, in the process of him trying to get this gun off of him, she's still throwing them JJs on him. Still throwing the JJs on him, bro. Like dog, listen, man.
Yeah. Unfortunate situation.
I'm gonna be in these comments because it looks like the homie Mark tagged JJ in this one, and I swear to you, bro, that there is that every single thing I'm telling you is fact though, bro. And when you hear it, listen, seeing it is I remember it like it happened 5 minutes ago though, bro. So I don't know, but here's the other thing too, right? Now this is the one thing though, right? Because I saw the same thing. He said that Tory Lanez wanted to fight after the Wild 'N Out jokes, right? So that was one thing. Because like I said, he could be testy. But the other thing too, though, man, is that, you know, my girl Megan Thee Stallion always talks about how men ain't nothing she don't get jealous in her raps. She talks all this other stuff. I was almost disappointed that she wasn't living what she said in her raps. I was like, you know what, part of me respecting that you said I ain't cooperating with the police. Nah, rap, that's not what we do. But then also the fact that you got jealous, it tells me that, you know what, not quite as authentic to what I believe your content to be about, though, bro. Maybe there's no way you can live everything in your raps. But at the same time, though, man, I do got some questions about that, though, man. But don't be out there putting your hands on these women, though, man. Don't be shooting them in the foot either.
Don't be touching them women's.
Keep your hands off them women, though, bro. I don't know, Ace Kennedy. That is interesting, though, but I am watching it. Real quick, in other entertainment news, bro, Hamsky, the last time we talked, the boy Kanye Titter was having an episode, and he was, talking about, Kim. He was talking about Kris Jenner. They were talking about, she was trying to get some doctors to come on out. Kim since then came out and said, hey, the boy's bipolar. Now, I've never actually heard anyone say, no, he is. People just assume that he had some mental health issues. But does that change anything for you? The fact that his wife came out and made a formal statement that, hey, you know what?
No, he came out and said he had mental stuff. He talked about it when he had his solo interview with Charlamagne the God at Calabasas.
So, bipolar though?
Yeah, he talked about all of it. But this is what Kim put out there. As many of you know, Kanye has bipolar disorder. Anyone who has this or a loved one in their life who does knows how incredibly complicated and painful it is to understand. I've never spoken publicly about how this affected us at home because I'm very protective of our children and Kanye's right to privacy when it comes to his health. But today, I feel like I should comment on it because of the stigma and misconceptions about mental health. Those that understand mental illness or even compulsive disorder know that the family is powerless unless the member is a minor. People who are unaware or far removed from this experience can be judgmental and not understand that individuals themselves have to engage in the process of getting help, no matter how hard family or friends try. So, it's one of those things. It has been out there. He's talked about, like I said, if you go back and watch that Charlamagne interview, he talks about it. So it's been out there.
Well, listen, for starters, they still going in on the they still going in on the Megan though, bro. Which is funny because he said, hey, you know what, he got to take the shot. Since Kylie is the billionaire out of there, like I guess you can't. They said like you can't blame him for at least trying to go ahead and take that shot though, bro. But listen, here's what I think about that. I can understand that if somebody's bipolar. Now, mind you, I admittedly don't quite understand mental health, and it's not to say that I don't think that it exists. I can admit that I am. I'm not going to say that I'm not ignorant to the medical side of things and what that. So, I understand reading it, right? I understand that to someone who is bipolar, when you take bipolar medicine, that of course, when you take some medicine for or depression, that part of the acceptance is that when you take a pill for bipolar, then that means that your whole entire life, possibly you've lived bipolar. And so that's your norm, right? And so if it's a chemical imbalance, then that's all you're used to. That's regular. So when you take this pill puts you, let's say if you live life this way and you take this pill and now it puts you this way, and this is how everybody else who they consider to be normal is, then I understand that would be different, right? That's that you don't live like that. But part of that also means that you have to accept that you've been this way and that you're taking this pill to chemically put you this way, right? It's the acceptance. I think that part of the reason why it's hard for me to understand that is that I don't know. I don't consider myself like immune to it myself personally, right? Like I think that for me, the part that the reason why I don't understand it is because I haven't experienced it directly, what I'm saying, as much. So that because that's the case, even that with depression, I when someone explains it to me, even when you and I, we've had the conversation on here last week, you said that you've kind of dealt with anxiety, you've dealt with some depression and everything like that. And so for me, I guess this is gonna sound weird, right? But I think that for me, I don't know that I've ever actually had a depressing moment. Thank God, but I think that if I've been close to what people have described, then I think that that's when I personally have thrived the most, right? Yeah. During a time that somebody, my brother told me this before though, bro. He was like, yeah, he said in times where things are high stress moments, things slow down. And while it's fast for other people, it slows down. And at those particular moments, you have moments of clarity that I suppose that other people won't. And so my brother, this is like when my brother, I think I told you before, we had a conversation where my brother saw a guy who was a doctor falling asleep at the wheel. This dude goes and crash and off into the woods or something like that. And then my brother has the thought right away to pull over and then pull this guy on out. And while everybody else is panicking and freaking out, he's just kind of going through it in slow motion. And I understood when he told me that, right, that's the closest that I can relate to it. But I think that it's interesting to me, though, when I'm always curious, though, when someone says, no, they got mental health issues. Like, maybe I'm part of the problem when people say, oh, they don't, because I might be like, do they really got mental health issues? You know what I'm saying? Or do they just want to be heard?
It's I mean, people's medical records are shut off to people because it's a HIPAA violation. But at the same token, you know what I'm saying, for people that openly talk about it is one thing. But it's almost like, imagine driving a manual car and you hear the engine trying to get to that next gear, but it won't go. So you need something else, the clutch, to help it go shift into the next gear. That's what the medicine is. It's like the clutch, you know what I'm saying, to help it go to that next gear. And so the thing is that a lot of times too, like when you're talking about mental health and mental illness, there isn't a one-stop medication that's going to make everybody feel the same. So you always have to find different regimens, and there are different drugs that are out there to help if there is a chemical imbalance.
Yeah.
So sometimes some people, it's not a chemical imbalance. They just need somebody to talk to. So therapy helps.
Yeah.
Yoga helps. I mean, you know all of that stuff. But as far as the chemical imbalance, there is something chemically within you that can't help you get to that other side of what you're thinking. And so and sometimes people that do take medication don't like the way that they feel when they're medicated. So they might choose, or if they're feeling good for so long, they might feel like, you know what, I don't need this anymore.
Yeah.
So then sometimes too, it's hard when you have been living without the medication for so long, you don't like yourself with the medication, or you've been living in such a dark place and you function in that it's hard for you to function in the other place. So I know people who are paranoid schizophrenics. As a matter of fact, my homeboy that passed, his son was a paranoid schizophrenic, and he was having an episode to where he was saying that people were talking to him. So there's mental illness and mental health is so deep. And again, not every case is the same. There's so many different layers to it. So the thing is that I understand where Kim is coming from, but I also understand where Kanye is from, because here's the thing. The stigma of society is that if you have a mental illness or if you have some type of mental issues going on, that you're crazy. Like that's just they equate that.
Right.
But it doesn't, like that, having a mental illness or something to that degree does not change your genius, because we can all agree that Kanye is a genius. Like his brain, just like he is constantly thinking of stuff. Me and you were talking the other day, even about those Yeezys, right? Where when I first saw them shoes, I'm like, man, I will never wear them shoes. And I got them joints now. And I'm just like, he was so far ahead, because now that's where all the shoes are going, in that box style, geriatric looking shoe.
Big
like
box.
Yeah. And so the thing is that his creative, you just can't. His brain thinks differently, and so when you think differently from what's considered normal,
right,
people label you as crazy, and it doesn't necessarily mean that's the case. So I don't know personally what he's going through. Like if he was on medication and stopped, I don't know where that's at. But it's weird because these are the Kardashians you're talking about. And the thing is that like you and I also talked about, every time Kanye is generally about to release something or whatever, these things
he goes there.
Yeah.
So listen, so you were talking about, so maybe this is something I just thought about now. So maybe that's his way of dealing with the anxiety, right, of the new thing that's about to come out, right? That he has these little manic type episodes where it's like, oh, you know, like it is weird to me. Like I was telling my wife this as well. Shout out to the research department checking on in here also in the comments. And she always tells me that all the time. Like I told you, you know, that he has mental health, and I'm one that can say that I don't really follow it, but I think that with Kanye in particular, though, man, I think that it was just always interesting that the timing of it, right? Like when he's saying stuff, right? A lot of the times, his moments just seem like therapy, right? Not necessarily chemical, right? It's that he just wants to be heard. That's why I'm like, yeah, Kanye seems like having a podcast would be therapeutic, just to get all of these ideas out that he probably thinks all the time. I think that just to me, what I think is interesting is that I say that because I know very many Black men, especially, who, you know, they don't speak to people about certain things, right? A lot of times people are very private. They don't want, you know, so they don't, there's things that, you know, as men, you might not want to talk to your wife about. You don't have anybody else that you can speak to those things about as well, since you're not seeing a professional. So because that's the case, though, you're sitting here bottling and walking around with all of these issues and these feelings that you never get a chance to get out. And so I think that it just feels like with you being that case, so you're just like this ticking time bomb. And it feels like with Kanye that maybe, you know what I'm saying, that it's timing, right? That his moment to explode and get these things out could be that when he's having this anxiety type of moment because he has this next big thing that's coming on now. So I don't know. The Kanye one, though, just definitely makes it's interesting to me because if it was anyone else, I guess I would understand it more. Yeah. But I think that his thing makes me have more questions, only because if he was doing this and he didn't have an album that's about to come out, it would be one thing. If he was doing this and he didn't just get announced that he has Gap and a deal that's come out, if he didn't do this when he had some new shoes that was coming out, if he didn't, I would not sympathetic. I would understand it more, but
willing to listen more.
I would be willing to, but I have a little bit of a doubt that not that he necessarily needs help, but the kind of help that he needs. Like when you say, like you say, oh, he crazy. Is he crazy, or does he just want to be heard? I don't know.
Man. It just sounds like right now, you know, that his family life is not optimal to what he is going for. So I don't know what the future holds for them, but I hope whatever it is that he gets whatever help that he needs. And, you know, I don't want him to stop being a creative. I do think that is an extreme outlet for him, but I'm just wondering you know, and the thing is, you know, like Dave Chappelle flew out there to go hang out with him. A bunch of people that are connected with him have said they have visited him and that he's fine. So
do you think that there's like a Kardashian curse, like the Madden curse?
I don't draw into that. I just think that, you know,
hear me out. Bruce Jenner, he's Caitlyn now. Maybe that was already there in him, but Lamar Odom, he was fine. He was on that crack, right? Who starts crack in their 30s? I thought that's something, you know, maybe I'm wrong. Mid-30s, had to go on the crack. Who else we missing? So Kanye.
Missing right? Your boy, Steve Disick.
Oh, Scott. Yeah. He's got the boy out there, man, having to go ahead about his alcohol and everything like that. Chloe had the boy James Harden out here choking in the playoffs. I hear missing the boy that went AWOL out here when they needed him the most.
What about the boy?
And he was fine. Who else?
What about the boy Tristan?
Tristan Thompson, though. Tristan Thompson, the only one that actually has kind of came out of this unscathed, mentally anyway, or without any kind of crazy things, because he slid out, did his thing, and if I'm not mistaken, they're back together in some capacity or whatever. They got kids and everything like that, but I don't know.
I don't know, man. I just think that that's an interesting family to be a part of. I mean, and they talk, Kanye is still there. So,
and it's so funny. Shout out to the research department checking in. Said the boy Dame Dash said Kanye isn't crazy. I don't think that. I don't think that I don't think that Kanye is crazy. I just think that Kanye has a lot of things on his mind, a lot of ideas on his mind that I don't think that he could always get out through music.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Somebody said he ain't crazy because he was still getting them jokes off. Because apparently they call Kris Jenner's boyfriend Kanye.
Oh, so,
yeah. So he's still out there. Listen, I don't know, man.
Here's the thing, though. Hey, think about it like this, though, right? Even with your music, right? Between your music and my music, when you're creative, right? There's still so much stuff that we don't write about in music, right? There's still so much stuff that I have in my head that I'm not able to get out through music. Even writing it down, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't write everything in your head. So I don't know, man. I think that oh my gosh, Mark. This boy said Chloe that made herself look like all the girls that the boy Tristan was sliding out on, though, bro. Now listen, bro. I want Chloe to be happy, though, bro. But she looked like she was almost like black a little bit, like she was darker. She looked so different, though, bro. And then when you look at these other chicks that he didn't slid out on, it's like, maybe subconsciously, though, man, that the boy that she just didn't realize it, though, man. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm laughing here because Mark said that's Dame Dash is not crazy. Dame Dash is not everybody's cup of tea, but I like Dame Dash. I rock with him hard body, though, man.
He be calling us some chatty patties right now.
Oh my gosh, Dame Dash is the kind of person where it seems like if he's on your team, you love him to death. But if he's not, you might absolutely hate him, though, man. And I don't mind if he's on my team, though, bro. Real talk. Hey, Skinny, man, we an hour 30, man. This was a good one, though, man. What else you got for the weekend, bro, Hamsky?
Man, before we get out of here, man, I got to bring you to homeboy court, bro. Now, you called me out last week about mixing your songs.
Yep.
And so I got the mixing. And then I sent you a mix last night, go through the approval process.
Right.
And what was your response once I sent you that last mix, sir?
Let me look at my phone and make sure.
No, you said it to me. You didn't text it to me.
I said, hold on. It was, you sent one at like 12 o'clock.
The last one I sent you and your response was,
I'm gonna check it out.
You couldn't rock with it because.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't rock with it because I think you had the old beat.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you worded it exactly like that because that's what you said.
Yeah.
So
I don't lie.
Hold on. So if you say that I had the wrong stuff, but I get my files from you.
I get what you're saying.
So why would I have the wrong files?
Listen, bro, I can pull up the same session that I sent you. Mm-hmm. And that beat that you have isn't the same one.
But here's the thing. No. Time out. Because see, when the original session didn't have the stems for the beat in it. It only had the beat.
Listen, what I'm trying to tell you, right? In my session that I have, it has the beat that I last used, right? So it's the correct beat in my session.
But Charles, you missed what I said.
You're missing. In the session that I have, right, there's the beat that I last used and the stems for the beat because I prepped that to send over to you. Now, how you got it differently, I can't say for that. But I know that when I pull up that exact same session that I sent you,
but Charles, here's the thing, though. I don't have your sessions at all. So what I'm saying is whatever I get is from you.
They said Jesus was wrong too.
No, you didn't even use it right. You tried. You tried. Yeah, man. Listen,
people didn't believe Jesus either. That's how they said they ain't believe Jesus either.
Look how that turned out.
Look how that turned out.
All that to say, man, we busy over here, man. The boy album sounding good, bro.
Oh man, I'm listen, bro. I'm loving it. I think that what I want to do is I got a plan, bro, that I'm going to, depending on the songs here that we mix down, though, bro. I think that I want to go ahead and put out the first 2 songs. I always wanted to do videos because I want to do video for everything, right?
Yeah.
But I think that what I might try to do is the soon as we get I can probably I think they so cold that I can pick any 2 that you do, but any 2 of them, I think I want to try to at least shoot some visual for it. But I think I might put them on out, man. Get them out there look at JJ checking in late on over here. Golly, JJ,
you missed.
Oh my God!
Oh, you missed a lot.
Oh my God, JJ, you gotta say
is
JJ
maker with you quite a bit of times.
JJ, go back probably and watch this about 20-30 minutes ago. And I'm gonna look for you in these comments. Man. I want you to keep That's my good JJ, man. Listen, believe it or not, I used to have braids before all of this, and JJ used to be able to catch the braids. She was JJ killing with the braids, and she was braiding the boy on up, though, man.
Braid my come on and braid my
yeah. JJ used to hook the boy up, though, bro. Real talk. She used to braid everybody, but mine. I grew my hair for like 3 months, bro, and JJ came through, man, and hooked the boy on up. And then look, it was so tight that my stuff was about like this, but I had them braids, though, boy. That scalp was tight, though, boy.
Yeah. Yo, man, love y'all, and thank y'all for rocking with your boys.
Oh my God,
what you got going on before we check out? I ain't even.
This weekend, you know what? I'm gonna be in the lab making sure that I get you the right sessions and the right beats for these mixes. The other thing too, real quick, is that I know that the homeboy Mark Lane is doing his open mics, and I think that what I want to try to do is I'm trying to work on. I told him I want to do the open mic with him, so I'm trying to work on laying out early. It ain't gonna be until like next month, I think. But I'm trying to go ahead and do my performance track on the song that I want to do for it, though, man. And so I'm gonna probably touch base with him to see if I'm doing. If I know you did a couple of songs, I think I might just do 1, maybe 2, maybe 1.5 or something like that.
The time limit that we had, sir.
I think that mine, y'all R&B boys, y'all be extra there, man. I ain't, So I think for mine, I think what I want to do is work on August 29th, matter of fact. So I'm a month ahead though, dang. But I still want to at least go ahead and get my performance track for the one that I want to do though, man. I'm still in your whole idea about having the ad-libs and everything like that. Yeah. So we out there, man. That's what I got going on this weekend. And since I got them wheels on with Billie Jean, I might pull up on everybody this weekend, homeboy.
That's what's up.
That's it. What about you, man? What you got?
Yo, I told you the missus is gone, so I'm straight chilling. I'm sleeping in the center of the bed tonight. Yo, it's about to be. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but wait. Why is the research department over here just throwing all of these shots out here? Oh yeah, she was.
Oh my God! Like what is that? Like what is God? Now she just woke up. How you coming out the bed off a nap throwing them kind of shots? I had long hair.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she is throwing them haymakers out there.
Jesus, she out there looking like JJ with them haymakers there.
Yeah, so like I said, man, the missus is gone, so I'm chilling. I'm about to go drop these girls off at the skating ring, and then I'm about to get in this garage, and I got to play the drums in the morning, so I'm about to go cut, and then got to hang out with Charlie a little bit.
That's dope. I'm doing music all weekend long, though, homeboy.
Yeah, and Thunder sitting up here looking at me like, if you don't let me out this doggone Cage.
Oh my gosh. Hey man, listen, I appreciate y'all for checking in on your boys. I always appreciate love them comments as well. Hey, next Tuesday is we back on it. So if you like to join, holla at your boys. And what we're trying to do as well is for the people who got the small businesses, man, hit us up. I want to help promote your business on our page as well, though, man. So hit us up in the comments, DM me, DM Ace. Hit me on the Slash Brothers podcast page. Ace is on Twitter. He on Instagram. He everywhere. Hit us up on them. But at the end of the day, though, man, I think if you got a small business, if you want to help get what you do out there, then holler at us. We want to go ahead and help put you on and do whatever we can, though.
Yes, sir.
Justice for Javier Ambler, justice for Breonna Taylor. All that good stuff, man. What you got to get us out here?
Hey, man, we out.
Slash Brothers. Peace. One love, y'all.